I've been super curious on the Leica M digital system for a while, and I'm still like on the fence whether or not I want to add it to the kit. I've been indecisive for years, but I've been lucky enough that one of my buddies actually lent me his Leica M10 for a couple of weeks. So I thought, what better place for me to test it out and see if it kind of fits my workflow than to bring it to Disneyland, which is a place I visit very often. So today I'm here bright and early, see what I can get. I'm gonna walk around. I don't really have a plan per se. I'm just gonna take pictures of downtown Disney, possibly inside the parks. So I borrowed his Voigtlander 28mm f2 lens. So that's kind of the setup today. So I'm really excited to kind of try this out because although I'm pretty comfortable with manual focus, I've never actually tried a camera that's just manually, that you just focus manually for everything. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Okay, I've been shooting for a couple hours now, and I've been looking for a quiet place to do this at, but this is gonna have to do because I kind of want to get my thoughts out while they're fresh, because I've had this camera for about a week and I haven't shot with it a whole bunch. There was a lot going on this week, so this is the first time I actually got around and shot with it for a while. I did shoot a couple of sessions last Sunday, so I did an engagement session along with a maternity session, and those went great. This was not my main camera for that. It was my supplementary camera. I got a couple shots here and there, but yeah, this morning I've been shooting around for about an hour and a half, and first impressions of the camera is, I mean, it's everything I thought an M10 would be like after shooting with a Q2. Like, the build quality is amazing. It's really good. It's super hefty. Like, I thought the Q2 was like dense for such a small camera, but this camera feels substantial. My buddy did add a grip to it here that he likes to use. I don't think it's for me. Like I think it's a comfortable grip and everything, but I would kind of prefer it without the grip, because the Q2 is comfortable enough without any kind of additional grip or anything like that. But I really do like the heft of it. It feels substantial. The quality in Leicas, I mean, Leicas are expensive for many reasons, but one of the main reasons, it's just how well they're built. And the Leica M10 is built like a tank. Like, this thing can take a beating. I mean, I've been trying to be super careful because it's on my camera, but you can tell that this camera has been well used for the amount of time that my buddy has had it. But I overall really like the experience. This is my first experience shooting with a camera that's all manual focus and that's all digital, which is kind of something that feels more daunting than it is. Like, the only experience I have with manual focusing lenses is kind of using it here and there and adapting them to other digital bodies. So the one I mainly use is the Leica Q2, and if you've used the Leica Q2, you know you can manually focus with that camera, and the focusing is very smooth on that. So I feel like shooting with the Leica Q2 for the past almost 4 years really trained me to the experience of what it would be like to shoot with an all-manual camera, because it is a bit of a learning curve for sure, but I feel very comfortable focusing with this camera, especially if you're shooting at f8. Honestly, it's pretty easy to nail focus to a certain degree. So focusing has not really been that big of an issue, especially the way I'm shooting. I don't really do any street photography, but the most street photography-esque things I do is shoot here at the Disneyland parks. So for that kind of thing, shooting around crowds, trying to compose and getting as many interesting things in the frame is something I'm always drawn to. So shooting at f8, f5.6, getting a lot of things in and focus and nice and sharp. It's relatively easy if you kind of know what you're doing a little bit. So if you're kind of curious on manually focusing with a rangefinder, it sounds a lot harder than it is. You need a little bit of practice with it, but you can get comfortable pretty easily. Especially the way that I've been kind of doing it is I focus this. My buddy has a Voigtlander lens on this, so what I've been doing is just setting focus to infinity and then just kind of going back to wherever the focus is, my main focus is going to be for the photo. So going from infinity all the way to where I'm going to actually focus to makes things a lot faster. Also, pre-focusing on certain images have been really easy for me to kind of get the photos I really want to get. Another way that I've been shooting with this camera that's a little bit different than I'm used to is just not using live view. This camera does have live view, like most cameras do now. And I've been periodically using it. Like if I really want to experiment or double check focus for something that, like since I'm still pretty new to the system, it's useful to have, but I've been shooting with it with the screen off mostly. Partially also because the Leica M10 battery is not nearly as good as my Q2, which is fine. I kind of figured it's an older camera. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Just looking at it from a Q2 perspective, just because I'm so spoiled by that camera. So yeah, I have two batteries with me. I've been shooting for about an hour and a half periodically. So I still have 3 out of 5 bars. And I don't like spray, like I'm not shooting like continuously, so like I'm really trying to plan my shots accordingly. I have an extra battery, but it's something to look out for if you're looking to buy this camera or if you've never shot with this camera before. The biggest thing for me that draws me to like the M system is just the way it feels to compose a photo. And I know it's cliche and it's kind of like Leica shooters tend to be like, yeah, it's all about the experience, and I think it really is. I don't think Leica cameras are better than other cameras just because they're more expensive or they're built better. But I do really like overall the experience I get while taking photos. I don't know if the experience of taking photos with this camera is worth $4,500, $4,200 used. But I think that's up to every photographer to kind of make the decision on their own. I mean, if you're familiar with me or my channel, you know that I don't try to make decisions for anybody. If you like this camera, cool. If you don't like it, like, go ahead. You know, I won't take it personally. Honestly, I really love the experience. Composing with a rangefinder, I think there's nothing really like it. I've been trying to, as a photographer for years, I've been trying to find something that kind of replicates it. That's why I bought the Fujifilm X100V or the X106, not because I think it's a Leica, but because I wanted to compose with a viewfinder. And honestly, when I bought the camera, I thought, oh yeah, that's exactly what I needed for. But the experience that I crave is to compose with a rangefinder, and to be able to frame my photos this way. It makes it a lot easier for me to kind of enjoy the process of making photos. For me, I don't shoot film very much. I shoot a roll like every couple of months, and I still haven't developed rolls from a couple of years ago. So like that tells you how much film I actually shoot, both because I'm impatient on getting the film developed, but also the cost of the film. I just can't justify it in my budget. I'm a wedding photographer. I do engagements, weddings, family sessions. So digital cameras are a lot more valuable in my kit, and this is one of those cameras that I've been kind of looking to see if I can add it to the kit. And you know, just as a first impressions, I don't know if I can answer that question to myself just yet, but I do know that I really like what I'm seeing so far, and I'm excited to keep shooting with it. I don't know how long I'm gonna actually have it for, so I wanted to make this video just as a first impressions, just as a way for me to just kind of get out there and get some photos, just because I'm really enjoying the experience so far. I think the M10 is kind of like that sweet spot between price and function as of right now. I still plan on doing like a more in-depth video on my experience shooting with the M10. So stay tuned for that. If you have any questions or if there's something you'd like to see from me regarding the M10, anything you're curious about, leave them in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time.